This topic is called solving a percent mixture problem using a system of linear equations. So we have two solutions. Usually you're going to have something like that, A and B. I like to do a table, and then we have total. So we have the amount of the solution, so the amount in ounces. And then we also have a percentage of salt. So we have like a salt percentage. So we're going to call the amount of solution A, because we don't know what it is, we call that X, and we call the amount of B Y, and together it says that it's 180 ounces. So the percent of A is 60%, and the percent of B is 85% salt. So if we take, and we want a total that is 70% salt. So if we take 60% of the number of ounces, we can write that as 0.6x, and 85% of Y ounces is 0.85 is Y, and that equals 0.7 times the total amount. So 70% of 180 ounces is salt solution. So what we have here is two equations. We're adding the amount of A to B to get 180 ounces, and then we're adding the number of, like, the percentage of salt. So we now have two equations with two unknowns. We have X plus Y equals 180, and we have 0.6x plus 0.85y equals 7/10 times 180. Let's do 7/10 times 180 real quick. And that's 126. I'm going to times my first equation by a negative 0.6. That way my x's will cancel when I add them together. Let's see, what is negative 0.6 times 180? Just using my calculator to get negative 108. I'm going to write the second equation on the top so it's easier to subtract. The x's are going to cancel, and then I have 85 hundredths minus 6/10 y, which is 1/4. So 0.25y, and then 126 minus 108 is 18. And I'm going to divide both sides by 0.25, which is the same thing as multiplying 18 by 4. And that's 72. So y is equal to 72 ounces. So we'll type that in. Our y was our solution B. So it's 72 ounces. I know my total is 180. So I'm going to just take 180 and subtract 72 to get 108. And let's do another example. So we have, let's see, we have two types of fruit drink. So we have let's just call it the first and the second, because that's what they're labeling it here. So we have the first fruit drink, the second fruit drink, and then what's the total together? 150 pints. So we're talking about the amount, and it's in pints. So we'll call the first fruit drink X, the second Y, and the total is 150. And then we're talking about pure fruit, the percentage of pure fruit juice. So the first type is 45% pure fruit juice. The second type is 95% pure fruit juice, and they're making a mixture that is 65% total pure fruit juice. So then when we write this one, we want 45% of the number of pints, the first one, and add it to 95% of the number of pints for the second fruit juice. And we want that to equal 65% of the total. So we have two equations, x plus y equals 150 and 0.45x plus 0.95y. And let's just see what 65% of 150 is, 97.5. Okay, I'm going to multiply the whole first equation by a negative 0.25. And I'm going to write it below the other one. Let's see, negative times 150 is negative 67.5. And then we'll rewrite the second equation above, so it'll be easier to add. And then we're going to add them together. These ones will cancel. 0.95 minus 0.45 will give us 1/2 or 0.5y. And 97.5 minus 67.5 is 30. So we're going to divide 30 by 0.5 to find out that the second type of drink is 60 pints of, that's how much they will need of the second one. So 60, and of the first one, the total was 150, so we'll take away 60 and get 90. And that's the end of the lesson.